Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And this is a series where I'll try my best guiding you through Dark Souls 3 while providing you with the most information possible on how do you progress, what to do, and what options do you have, NPCs' questline and story behind them, how it will affect the world in Dark Souls 3, and so on. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. This part will be short since I'll be covering only the Firelink Shrine section, but I'll take the time to introduce you to the NPCs in the shrine. Killing NPCs in this game, except for the Firekeeper, has consequences. Most of them won't respawn after being killed, and once you aggro them, there's only one way to reverse it, through a statue you'll find later in the game, and it won't be cheap. Since most NPCs' questlines will reward you with items, for this run, I don't recommend killing friendly NPCs. First, head down the shrine and put the coiled sword that you have obtained after the fight with Iudex Gundyr to create a central bonfire. The Firelink Shrine serves as a central hub where you can level up, upgrade your weapons, buy items, and connect with other NPCs. Iudex Gundyr, the boss you fought earlier, have quite an interesting and also depressing story behind him. Gundyr, corrupted by the Abyss, spends eternity testing Unkindled to see if they are worthy to link the flame. He was once an Unkindled himself, but arose too late to fulfill his duty, never meeting his Firekeeper, who had been buried within the tower behind Firelink Shrine with the Estus ring. The flame had already gone out, and the bells failed to ring, which started a new dark age. A prisoner with an unbreakable halberd, hoping that one day an Unkindled will rise and relink the flame once more. The Puss of Man that possesses him is a form of the Abyss. A Puss of Man behaves like an amalgamation of small morsels and maybe like a mass of souls, or perhaps some amalgamation of humanity. Next to the bonfire, you can find the Firekeeper. She tends to the bonfire and assists you on your long and arduous journey through Lothric. Interacting with her allows you to spend souls to level up, and later heal the Dark Sigil using the Firekeeper soul. She is a blind maiden who has a white crown that covers her eyes and wears a black robe. Just like other Firekeepers, she can transform souls into power. You can also converse with the Firekeeper and can expect changes in her dialogue as progress throughout your ventures in the game. There's a pathways that lead inside and down to the shrine. At the start of that path, you can find the shrine handmaid sitting on a chair. She is the primary merchant available to you, and her inventory of items available for purchase can be expanded by giving her umbral ash scattered throughout Lothric. Here, I suggest you buy a few things. 1. A torch. It is a very versatile tool to have. It is lightweight, you can hold it in your offhand to light up dark sections of the game. It can also be used to attack some specific enemies that are vulnerable to fire, dealing massive damage, and it can also be used to remove flesh-eating maggots that some enemies can inflict on you. 2. Wood arrows. In the next section of the game, you can pick up a longbow. You can use these arrows with that bow to snipe down a dragon. Also, it is very handy having a bow that you can use to take aggro on a single enemy so that you can fight them one by one, avoiding group attacks. 3. A prism stone. You can use this item to exchange only once for a twinkling titanite. Now, looking at the couple of stairs leading up, a man is sitting there. He is Hawkwood, the Deserter. He is a fugitive from both Farron's undead legion and his own duties as an Unkindled, admiring the power of dragons. He is wanted for deserting the legion and believes he is not fit or worthy to be searching for the Lords of Cinder. Talking to him a few times will grant you the collapse gesture. Head back where the shrine handmaid were sitting and you will find blacksmith Andre. Interacting with him allows you to upgrade, infuse, and repair weapons, shields, and staves. Estus shards scattered throughout Lothric can be given to Andre to increase your total Estus charges up to a total of 15. In addition, Andre allows you to adjust the amount of charges granted to the Estus and Ashen Estus flasks. I will explain briefly to you about weapon upgrades and weapon infusions. In Dark Souls 3, you can improve the damage protection and potential scaling on your weapons and shields. To do this, you must have the appropriate amount of the relevant upgrade materials, souls, and access to Blacksmith Andre. Titanite shards will reinforce a weapon or shield up to +3. Large Titanite shards will reinforce the item from +4 to 6. Titanite chunks will reinforce the item from +7 to 9, and a Titanite slab will be required to reinforce to +10. Titanite scales and Twinkling Titanite are used to reinforce special weapons to +4, but will similarly require a Titanite slab to reach their final upgrade of +5. You can also infuse many different weapons and shields with gems that change the properties, damage type, or scaling. To infuse a weapon or shield of your chosen type, you must 1. Have found and given the appropriate coal to Blacksmith Andre, 2. Have a gem of the chosen type, and 3. Have the required souls. The exceptions here are refined, raw, or fire, which require no coal to be given. You can use a shriving stone if you wish to remove the infusion from your weapon or shield. This must also be done at Blacksmith Andre. Again, not all weapons and shields can be infused. Talk to Blacksmith Andre a few times, and you will acquire the hurrah gesture.
Be careful. I don't want to see my work squandered.
Now make your way to the top of the Shire, and you can see a path that leads outside. Past the giant tree, you can find a corpse with a soul of a deserted corpse on it. There's a trick you can do that gives you early access to an Estus shard, an item that grants +1 charge to your Estus flask. Doing this also grants you access to Pickle Pea, Pump-a-Rum Crow, an NPC that trades items with you. For this trick to work, you need to have light equipment load. Equipment load is a stat that determines your mobility based on the weight of the armor, weapons, and rings you have equipped. Each weapon, armor, and ring you have equipped, even if it is not currently held in your hands, contributes to your current equipment load. The weights are simply added together. Tools, arrows, and bolts do not weigh anything and do not contribute to equipment load. Your character's current and maximum equipment load is shown as a fraction on many screens. A percentage called weight ratio is also shown in the top right corner of many of your character screens. This value is obtained by dividing your current equipment load, the total weight of your equipped armor, weapons, shields, and rings, by your maximal equipment load, determined by your vitality. Depending on your current weight ratio, your character's mobility changes as follows. 29.9% or less, light equipment load. In this state, your roll and jump action cover more distance. 30.0% to 70%, normal equipment load. 70.1% to 99.9%, heavy equipment load. In this state, your roll, jump, and backstep cover less distance. Stamina regeneration rate decreases by 20%. Over 100%, overburdened, cannot roll, backstep, or run. Walking animation changes. Most of the time, you will want to be in normal equipment load. However, to do this trick, you have to be in light equipment load by removing your armor. Then you can run onto the tree near the rooftop and jump onto the rooftop itself. It might take a few tries to get the hang of it. On the rooftop, you can find 3 homeward bones. Go to the edge of the rooftop and drop down a small ledge below. Move forward, and you can find a way to lead you back into the Firelink Shrine. The paths are very narrow here, so tread carefully and watch your steps. At the center where the paths meet, shown by sunlight, you can drop a few items here to trade with Pickle Pea, Pump-a-Rum Crow. Drop a homeward bone, a firebomb, and a prism stone to obtain a pair of iron bracelets, a large titanite shard, a twinkling titanite, and the call over gesture. At the end of one of the paths lies an Estus shard. Go to the other path and hit the illusion wall, reveal a new path you can take, then drop down, open the chest, and pick up the covetous silver serpent ring. Equipping this ring makes fallen foes yield 10% more souls. You can go back to where Blacksmith Andre is to upgrade your Estus flask.
Well met. 'Tis good to see ye in good health. What needs smithing this day? Prithee, be careful. I don't want to see my work squandered.
Now, before traversing to Lothric, you should spend your souls to allocate more points into the attributes. For now, I suggest leveling your dexterity stat to 14, then put all leftover souls into vigor stat until it reaches soft cap at 27 points.
The coiled sword at the bonfire. The mark of ash will guide thee to the land of the lords, to Lothric, where the homes of the lords converge. Very well. Then touch the darkness within me. Take nourishment from these sovereignless souls.
This section still has some items you can pick up, but to access those items, you'll need to buy a key that the Shrine handmaids sell for 20,000 souls, which is too much for us to spend at the moment, so we'll be coming back here later.
Farewell,
For now, you've covered most of the accessible content in Firelink Shrine, and are ready to traverse to Lothric, which area I'll be covering in the next episode of the series. Thank you all for watching. And if you find my video helpful, please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and clicking the bell icon. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, and remember, don't you dare go hollow.